In a remote area of the world known for its progressiveness, a paradoxical electorate have named Jacob Fry their mayor. The hostile environment found here stands in stark contrast to the idiotic inhabitants that call this home. Amid a crisis of abysmal social inequity, the feelings and actions of the Caucasians we are about to see have no meaning. This is Minneapolis World with Baverly Wearily. Something here was the catalyst that produced the most spectacular explosion of biological diversity in the world. But not in this instance. It's not just the small numbers of this species that fascinates scientists, but the rate at which most of these creatures have failed. For here is an environment experiencing rapid change, the Nicollet Mall redesign, which in geologic time is but a snapshot. The concern here being the future of one of the most confoundingly persistent examples of Mother Nature's boners, the fat parkour. Indeed, it's as if one of God's illogical theories has placed this species in a perpetual state of evolutionary suspended animation. An animal not built for speed, low on intelligence, and requiring copious amounts of food, has somehow relied on its instinct to move, regardless of the challenge. For the rest of the animal kingdom, traversing these distances and navigating these obstacles would be 800 tons easier than it is for these fat parkour. Even here, in the easiest of environments, life finds a way. In survival of the fittest, they are not only always out to lunch, they have gone fishing and forgotten how to use their tackle. They are fat parkour. It is a common misconception that they are named as such to describe their attempts at athleticism, when in fact the name actually originates from their ever-present vocalizations. Parkour! One can identify the English-sounding vocalizations as mimicry. Parkour. For when you look in their eyes, there is a lack of intelligence so great that only one of their own species might not observe it. Parkour. What they lack in ability is made up for with perseverance. They stop for a much-needed rest. I must nap. Okay. This couple forgoes a visit to their favorite spot at the Oases due to their intimidation of a person on the verge of a mental health crisis. Neither their size or ability would stand a match in this fight. And since they are stupid, water must wait for another day. Like much of the animal kingdom, fat parkour will engage in homosexual activity. However, this couple is very much heterosexual. The male is easily identified by the bobby outcropping at the crest of the skull. This female has bacon face. Oink. We're in the midst of peak parkour heat, and the male has identified a mate that will put up little resistance. After mere moments, the pair bonding has ended. Though the activity is predominantly anal, this male's progeny have been on target, and the corporate headquarters, not a half-mile away, has approved. For the female, the experience is traumatic. She will need to curtail her insatiable need for movement in favor of storing her fat and energy for her incoming brood. It's a much more joyous occasion for the male, who makes aware his conquest to all of the luring way. It's a celebration of the passing of his seed and his ability to to finally be left alone. This particular female has a condition that causes her to eat through her asshole. While she prepares her nest, she experiences all the emotions of being gaslit without the intelligence to comprehend it. The male exhibits all the happy behaviors we associate with having ghosted someone. Only time will tell if Minneapolis will take pity on these pathetic creatures, and in particular, if these two will survive the impact the Nicollet Mall redesign has on their habitat. In nature's court, the fat Parkour are fools attempting to entertain a cruel tyrant. But the jokes are no longer working, and in the not-so-distant future, they might not be here all week. In the words of Galileo, mathematics is the language in which God has literally written the universe.